Liam McNeely is a well-rounded and promising college basketball player, and we all know he has his sights set on the NBA. However, there are a few red flags about McNeely that he has to address before the NBA draft. Otherwise, he may be one of the many college basketball stars that never make it in the big leagues. On paper, the 19-year-old McNeely looks like someone who will easily slide into the rotation of an NBA team. He has an incredible mix of shooting, passing, and off-the-ball movement, and coming in at 6'8" and 210 pounds, McNeely is someone who can play bully ball and go toe-to-toe against his opponents. How do we know this? Well, anyone who paid attention to him in high school saw it firsthand. He went to Montverde Academy, one of the most prestigious basketball programs in the country. It was there that McNeely emerged as one of the best young talents in the nation. His numbers were eye-popping. In the highly competitive National Interscholastic Basketball Conference, Liam averaged 13.7 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.2 steals. He played with speed and smarts that a lot of people started noticing this young player. Then in the EYBL conference, he shot 50% overall, 46% from the three-point line, and 83% from the free throw line. These aren't just good stats, they're elite, and the exact sort of things that leave NBA scouts excited. McNeely was sinking 46.4% from three on 140 attempts in high school, proving that he's not just a shooter, he's a weapon. But McNeely's game isn't one-dimensional, because he's got the size and smarts to contribute in many other ways. He's a capable passer, a solid rebounder, and an intelligent off-ball mover who knows how to exploit defenses. His ability to read the game and make quick decisions is similar to players like Joe Harris, Kyle Korver, and Klay Thompson, guys who carved out long NBA careers by being elite shooters with extremely high basketball IQs. But things got a little complicated when college rolled around, and it's one of the reasons why there are some concerns around McNeely. He's one of the top-ranked prospects in the class of 2024, and every college program wanted him. At first, he said that he'd take his talents to Indiana, which got the Hoosiers and their fans elated. But then, McNeely did something that shocked the college basketball world. He decided to say no to Indiana and committed with UConn instead. We don't really know why he decided to change his mind, but when he did settle on UConn, he spoke about head coach Dan Hurley and how he's the kind of coach that he thrives under. So maybe he wasn't really excited about Indiana's coach Mike Woodson, or maybe he just couldn't miss the opportunity to play with Hurley at UConn. Regardless, his decision to commit to UConn after decommitting from Indiana was a bit controversial, and a lot of Indy fans were hurt and outraged. Like, is this the sort of indecision something that he would show again in the future, including in the NBA? It made people nervous, and some even questioned his intentions. But ultimately, McNeely and UConn proved to be a match made in basketball heaven. UConn's offensive system under head coach Dan Hurley is like a symphony of perfectly executed ball movement, player movement, and unselfish play. It's a system that rewards players who can shoot, cut, and make the right reads, which are all the things that McNeely is really good at. At UConn, McNeely is now able to thrive as a three-point outlet, a secondary playmaker, and a connector who keeps the offense moving. He plays a role similar to Cam Spencer, another sharpshooter who flourished in Hurley's system, but McNeely has the potential to be even better, thanks to his size, versatility, and his feel for the game. In many ways, McNeely is the definition of the modern NBA wing, a big, versatile shooter who can contribute in multiple ways without needing the ball in his hands all the time. He's the kind of player who can fit seamlessly into any system and make his teammates better.
McNeely missed 8 games with the right ankle sprain, returned on Friday and starts tonight. Puts up his first shot and an answer for the freshman. Who's going to come up with the bucket for UConn? Can it be McNeely? Inside, yes. McNeely working on Green, and McNeely wins that battle with the left hand.
While McNeely's strengths are undeniable, every prospect has their weaknesses, and McNeely is no exception. One of the biggest weaknesses on McNeely's game is his inability to create his own shot off the dribble. While he's a lethal shooter off the catch, he consistently struggles to generate offense in isolation due to a mediocre handle and a lack of explosive burst. While he was in the EYBL when he was still in high school, he shot only 29.4% in those situations, scoring just 0.5 points per possession. Yeah, it's a small sample size, but not an encouraging one. In the NBA, where defenses are faster, stronger, and more disciplined, McNeely's inability to create his own shot could limit his upside. He'll need to improve his handle and develop a reliable go-to move to keep defenses guessing. McNeely's shot distribution was heavily skewed towards three-pointers, with very few attempts coming from the mid-range. While he was in the EYBL playing with the Florida Rebels, he shot just 17% on mid-range jumpers, and at Montverde, that number barely improved to 28%. While this wasn't a huge concern given his role as an off-ball shooter, it did make him somewhat predictable. Defenders who run him off the three-point line won't have to worry about him pulling up from mid-range. So, what can be done? Well, quite a lot, thankfully. He has time to quiet these concerns and silence the critics, but it'll take some work. First, McNeely will need to add a mid-range game to his arsenal. This doesn't mean he needs to become someone like DeMar DeRozan, but having the ability to knock down a 15-footer when the defense overplays the three would make him even more dangerous. Second, he's got to become a better two-way player. While he's a smart team defender with good footwork and timing, he lacks the elite athleticism and foot speed to guard quicker wings and guards. In the NBA, where switch-heavy defenses are the norm, McNeely could be targeted in mismatches. In addition to that, McNeely will need to bulk up and get stronger to handle the physicality of the pros. At 210 pounds, he's not exactly skinny, but he can add some muscle to hold his own against bigger and stronger opponents. This is especially important for his finishing at the rim, where he'll face more resistance than he did in high school and college. Despite these challenges, McNeely should have all the tools to carve out a successful NBA career, and he's playing for one of the best college programs and coaches in the country. There's a lot of work ahead of him, but fans have every reason to believe he'll overcome them, because he's still the kind of player that makes basketball purists smile. He's not the flashiest prospect, but he's smart, skilled, and knows how to handle the game the right way. His shooting and off-ball movement make him a great fit for the modern NBA, and his size and versatility give him a high floor as a prospect. There is a reason why so many colleges tried to sign Liam McNeely, and he could be the real deal. He'll need to address his limitations as an on-ball creator and defender, and he'll need to adjust to the physicality and speed at a higher level. But if he can continue to refine his skills and embrace his role, there's no reason why he can't become a valuable contributor at the next level, and proving he's more than just a shooter. But if he continues to develop and refine his game, the NBA will come calling, and Liam McNeely will be ready to answer. So what do you think of Liam McNeely? Which NBA player does he remind you of? Do you think he'll have a successful career in the NBA? Leave a comment down below.